piercing dark eyes. Billy Rand's on stage, that's progress. I'm on stage, that's also progress. And finally, the pièce de résistance, Rob Benedict is on stage. Nobody but nobody is taking the stage until you do what you do and get them going.
Alright. I'm gonna do what I do as soon as I get my monitors. Well, did you find them? Come back, Liz, you don't have to run. Alright guys, here's what happens. The guys come out. When they hear the energy that you had last night, we want to hear you screaming and shouting. We want to feel your love. And I'm just gonna get this. Where was it? Oh yeah! Alright, so you're gonna sing this with me. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, here we go! Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she loves everything. She loves to move, she loves to move, she loves everything. All night, oh, every night. Hold tight, oh baby, hold tight. Any way you want it, any way you want it. I was alone, I never knew what to do. When we touched, then we said, oh, I love it, babe. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight from you, hold tight. Any way you want it, any way you want it, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. What happened?
It's wonderful to have you on the stage.
It's wonderful to be here.
I believe you've been charged with a very specific assignment. Sir, the stage is yours.
I am so pleased to introduce you to two men that you may know as Moose and Squirrel. Jared Padalecki and Jensen.
On stage together. Well done.
toy table.
Yeah.
But he still gets a little chair.
I'm going to make this official. UK and countries that are European that aren't the UK. From you, please, a warm British and European welcome. Dear Ben Leggy and Misha.
You're welcome. Hello, Birmingham. Are we close enough?
No.
What's the Jensen's shoulders? Billy, you are in the perfect position to be like.
Like the other angle. It's the little things.
Hi, y'all. So far, so good? Yeah.
Misha, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Yeah. Somebody laughed back there.
Somebody guffawed over there.
Somebody back there knew I was lying just now.
It's good to have you on stage, man.
It's good to be up here with you guys.
Yeah.
So what is your normal routine up here? Do you guys do like acrobatics and stuff? What's your shtick?
We play. It's a game. It's called strip question. If you get the question wrong.
So the audience asks a question,
Yeah.
and then if you get it wrong, you have to take off an article of clothing.
Correct.
I always get the questions right.
Well, we're about to find out. On that note, let's go. Sometimes it just sounds like.
I thought you said cheeseburger.
Without further ado, let's do it. Hi.
Hi.
All right, thank you.
Okay. If you guys weren't actors, what would your dream jobs have been?
I guess my dream job has always been no job. But if I had to have a dream job, I feel like, you know, I really would like to be a teacher. I'd like to have been a teacher. Mr. Apple?
I learn from you daily. You are a teacher. I don't know.
That's the correct answer.
Wrong answer! Wrong answer! Wrong answer!
Well, that's the wrong answer.
Or is it? I wasn't finished.
Yeah, you were.
I said, I don't know, because sometimes I feel like the right answer would be a Chippendale answer.
Mr. Collins? Or do you go by Ms.?
Yeah.
Ms. Collins.
I used to think that I was going to go into politics. So though. I thought I was going to be a politician when I grew up.
Out of mouth.
Don't touch me.
It doesn't do a lot if you use your microphone.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
One of the things I really want to do is...
Do we have to separate you two children?
I wanted to go into politics, but I couldn't use a microphone. So
That sounds like the wrong answer to me.
All right, we have your music.
And welcome to Sundays on Stage with Jensen.
Please don't let him dance again.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm a bit nervous, so sorry if I...
So are we.
Sorry if I trip over my words. So my question is to all of you, and I wanted to know if Supernatural could cross over to any other fantasy, urban fantasy
We have
sci-fi.
an answer to this question. So earlier today, when we were doing trios, Jensen said, we're doing a crossover trio today. It's Jared, Jensen, and Gollum. Because apparently I looked a little worse for the wear.
So jet lag has not been nice to Mr. Misha, and so it's the best of two. So we actually, for those who took trios, Creation is offering either a discount to the duo price, or a retake where Misha's facing the back of the room. So it was either
when I walked into the green room, Jared said, "Had I known you were going to come in looking like this, I wouldn't have taken a shower this morning."
Which is true, because I was tired as well, so I was like, man, my alarm's coming. I don't have to wait for another like 30 minutes. I can snooze button or I can shower. I should shower. But had I seen in the future a couple hours, I'd be like, man, that's 7 more minutes of sleep. Listen to Kaleo again and hit my snooze button. So yeah, and I will.
I believe there's another crossover photo op happening later this afternoon. Because I think it's a duo, Supernatural and The Walking Dead.
Thank you. You know what? We got that one right. I gotta say. Thanks for your question.
Did you?
I'm going to objectively and categorically say that we nailed that one.
I do have snacks, if you would like.
I see a giant shadow.
It's gummy bears.
Misha. Scooby-Doo.
I love the non sequitur there too. It's great. Like, and I also have food for you guys.
It's a reward for answering my question.
Oh, great. We love rewards. Yeah, we'll take it.
I'm not going to do anything to it.
Completely.
All right. Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi.
Hi. I like the high side. Hi.
I was just wondering, with Jensen showing us his first tattoo last year, whether you guys would consider getting Supernatural ones after the show ended to commemorate the show?
Oh, Supernatural tattoo last year.
Yeah, I heard.
So the rest will catch it up. Got it. I'm back.
translating English to English. But he actually breaks it up, so it's worse. She's like, I was wondering if you, after the show's over, if you would think about getting a tattoo that commemorates Supernatural. Jared. Tattoo! Supernatural! Commemorating! Thank you.
So
You got it wrong! You got it wrong!
I think Jared got it wrong. I would certainly consider it. Because it has certainly been a massive part of my life, and you know, usually tattoos mean something, and this show certainly means something to me. It will forever. So.
Agreed. Thank you. You didn't answer it. Wait. Does that mean you got it wrong?
That's 3 questions missed so far. For those counting.
I wish I had worn my good socks.
I'm surprised you got socks on.
Things are looking up, Misha. You made it out of the house with socks on today. Baby steps, my friend.
Honestly, socks like that, you should have gone pants. What was the grimace? Socks like that, you should have gone pants. Don't take those off, Misha. Not getting
maybe or something different.
Now, what happens if the question is bad and the audience gets the answer wrong?
I love the image of us sitting in front of a It's fair. We can ask more questions. But seriously, what is the square root of 6,500?
There's an article quoting that. Hi, how are you?
Hello, boys.
Hello.
My question was for Misha and Jensen. I'm just sorry. You're safe, Jared. You're safe. So I was just wondering, when you guys are doing like the crazy intense stares on camera, what's the stage direction there? Is it like whoever blinks first buys a beer, or is it like remember that a zillion people ship this? Like, what's the?
There's a correct answer. You whispered the answer. I know the answer.
So, what is the correct answer? What is that called?
They literally write.
Write it in the script.
Oh yeah.
They are correct, and the answer is literally written in the script. If you're below 18, shut your ears.
this is written in print in the script.
We didn't write it, so it's not our fault.
And, you know, a moment, a serious moment, and then they I-F-U-C-K. That's what that's called.
Sadly, that's the right answer.
It really is. It's that wasn't during space where it was. There was a has it aired yet? Has it aired yet?
Yes, I think, yeah.
What are we doing in that room? What are we doing in the room? Spate was in it.
21.
Yeah,
He's the devil.
yeah, because he did 20. This is 20.
Okay, but we did 2021, but the scene where we're all together with looking for ingredients, is that airing on Thursday?
I think that might be the next episode.
I think it's the next.
I think everyone was.
Yeah, it was like the gang.
Everyone's iPhone. Yes. I'm just gonna.
Is that an eye orgy?
I love that we're like, well, in case there's somebody below 18 in here, let's spell it. Yeah, I suppose it's.
And somebody had conjunctivitis that day, I remember.
You had to go there.
So let's just say Richard Spate was involved. We were involved, and I guess we all know she's not dead.
I don't know. You always mess stuff up.
I do, yeah.
And somebody else, a female character.
A female character in the script said at the end of the scene, the gang does something. And so I think Spate was like, all right guys, look at me. And he started doing like this number. And we basically pushed her out of the way and we were like, what's wrong with us? Why are we doing it? Who was the director? Who was it? Was it next week's? Okay, well, still, I mean, maybe it's already aired. Okay, we'll think about it. Thank you, that answer was correct. Thank you for the question.
All right. Other.
And our apologies.
Hi, I was wondering, if you were able to go back and add more episodes in the previous series, what aspects of your characters would you like to see deeper explored?
Don't tell him the answer. You lose an article of clothing.
I have two answers. One is Demon D character, and also Purgatory.
Okay, my two answers have some alliteration. Soulless Sam and Sully. Thank you. Misha? We both gave two answers.
I would like to explore.
Mine had alliteration.
I have two answers as well.
Oh, you can't do that here! It's like,
I would like to explore human cast a little bit more.
Wrong. Does he talk funny?
And I would like to have had a storyline where we get to see cool cast. Cast is always cool.
Not possible.
Wrong answer.
He's actually ripped, so he probably could. Thanks for your question. Thank you. Thank you for your question, brother.
Next question.
How we doing, guys?
Very good.
Not well.
Not well.
Right.
That's correct. Misha has the correct answer. Not well.
Question for all three of you. So apart from the supernatural cast, who is the most famous person you have in your contacts list on your phone? You like that?
That was a pretty suggestive you like that.
You only live once.
Who do you know who's famous? Yeah, you like that, don't you? Take it.
I think when we said that was a wrong question.
You need to answer.
Most famous? God.
And you need to prove it.
Showing me the number.
Tweet it.
Airdrop it to me.
And they can't have ever been a part of the cast, so...
No, I'm talking A-list. Like...
Get him!
Not you D-list guys on a single show.
I'm wearing one shoe. This is feeling like a walk of shame right now.
Who's starting this mess?
I mean, I don't know.
See, this is awkward for us because we actually don't want to tell you, like, oh, I have so-and-so's number in my phone, because that's like a douche move. So you're painting us into a corner.
I'm actually quite enjoying the fact that for the first time all weekend you're all speechless.
First we're D-list celebrities, and now we talk too much.
Again, it read to me a bit like, yeah, you like that? Yeah, you're speechless.
I'm here all weekend.
It's all weekend here across the pond.
I'll just tell you the latest famous person that I have in my cell phone. How about that?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Because you're all struggling out there, so we'll go with that. We'll make it easy for you.
Also, there might be some people out there in my phone that don't want to be associated with me. You might be one of those people. I met and got to hang out and got to perform with Corey Taylor recently, and that guy's pretty I got his phone number.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go a similar theme, and he and I both chat with him, and he was in Austin last night, actually. Many of y'all familiar with the band Kaleo. So JJ, we chat with him, and he's performed all over the world, and I would probably say he's, non-supernatural, acting-related musicians are pretty badass.
I actually know Misha's. I can just go ahead and answer for you.
Stormy Daniels.
I mean, he has certain pet names for her, but I think you guys refer to her as the Queen.
Is it a +44? Is it a +44? Yeah, I knew it.
Which is, it's interesting because she doesn't have a cell phone that people know about.
True stories. Who's the most famous person, Mr. A-list, D-list? Who do you got?
Well, I'm good.
He's like, Beckham, suck it.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with my wife because she's royalty.
Amen.
I owe her a lot of money after this weekend, so I need to do something.
Amen, brother. Well, thank you.
I posted something about referencing Doctor Who on Twitter recently. And then Kim posted a response to that, and then Neil Gaiman posted a response. So I'm 2 degrees of separation from Neil Gaiman on Twitter, which is kind of a big deal.
It's pretty good. Yeah, why did you lead with that?
Hi.
I was wondering if you guys could switch story arcs for your characters, who would take which story?
If we could switch story arcs.
Say, like Dean would take the, say, opening the gates, and Sam would go to Purgatory.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. I wouldn't fucking change it. Sam's my boy, so.
I would have changed story arcs with Gabriel when he went to Monaco. Or Monte Carlo.
I think that's an incorrect answer.
When you guys were in music school, is this what you thought you'd be doing?
They're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's why I joined.
Why else go to music school if not to play strip music?
I wouldn't, I don't think I'd change storylines, but I had this is a tangent, and I don't think it qualifies as a wrong answer.
You have another shoe.
Up front. The other shoe drops. But I have an interesting question that I'd like to replace your question with. In my meet and greet just now, somebody said,
you can't change the question.
Just give me a second.
I think what you meant to ask is, am I hungry right now? And I am.
Someone asked why Cass was so hard on himself, and I realized that I'm hard on Cass.
Whoa, whoa!
I don't think that's a storyline.
Yeah, you like that? Oh, you're speechless, aren't you? You like that?
I'm gonna get you some water.
Is that like your superhero name? Hard on Cass! My friend, you've been iced.
You've been iced. This doesn't happen in the real world. It does. And it just did.
Is it 2012?
All right, it's on a knee.
Wait, I
don't do this.
You do now. Here, I'll hold this.
On a knee, buddy. On a knee. You can go backstage and do it, but you're doing it.
Okay, play by play. He's down the stairs. He is lifting the bottom of his lips. He likes that, doesn't he? He is, as a matter of fact, it seems speechless. Oh God, he's joking. Is there a doctor in the house? Ooh, it's
75 people raise their hands out here.
That's a high percentage of Supernatural fans are medical professionals.
There's a lot of MDs out here.
And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Misha Collins himself has successfully completed the Getting Iced challenge.
I'm not agreeing to a trio panel again.
You got one next weekend.
First and last. Thank you.
If you all were familiar with that challenge, you are now.
Look it up.
And yes, we're children. You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your question.
Yeah,
was a spit take. Hi, how are you?
Hello, my question is for Jared.
Oh, come on now. Okay.
After seeing Jack try and master his powers without going evil, do you think Sam feels any different in regard to his own?
After seeing Jack try and...
You don't have to translate it.
The question's for you, Jared. You don't have to translate it. I lost after seeing Jack try. I lost like words 6 and 7. After seeing Jack try and a mustard?
Master.
Master, got it. Yeah, mustard means something different in America. After seeing Jack try and master...
Yeah, can you just translate it for me?
I have an app that'll... After seeing Jack try and master his powers.
After seeing Jack try and master his powers...
Yeah, trying to master...
without going evil, do you think Sam feels any different in regard to his own?
Well...
Jack, powers? Sam, different. Mustard.
I feel like... Did you sprinkle mustard? Was it mustard seeds?
Or mustard seeds?
I just spittled. I feel like, so personally, I feel the way, I think Sam feels like he has mustered his powers his own. So he doesn't feel like he's evil, so I think he's, if anything, he's reassured by seeing Jack also not turn evil, that Sam maybe can make a difference, and we saw Sam in the first couple episodes really take Jack under his wing, even though Jack's the one with wings. Oh, come on, Norton.
Get out.
I think he, why not cool? Okay, I think Sam feels like it's been so far successful by helping Jack not fall evil like Sam felt that he did, especially during seasons 4 and 5.
I don't know if that was wrong, because I stopped listening about 5 minutes ago. So.
Needed translation.
There, I lost my shit. It feels good, doesn't it? But no, I don't have great socks on either.
No. How are your, I'm like a little self-conscious.
You're still wearing athletic socks.
They're dry fit, man. Run our feet all day long. But it's okay.
This guy will wear, like, Under Armour socks with his suit. Like, well, black tie tonight. All right, I think I got my Nike black socks ready to go.
When you sweat in the snow, you get used to my sweat-proof socks. All right, thank you for your question. Somebody.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
My sister and I are here from Sweden to see you. We have been watching the show since we were like 15 and 13. And now we're 27 and 25, so it's been a big part of our lives.
Well, thanks for making us feel old. Wrong question.
I just wanted to know what has been the most important change that being on Supernatural has brought to your lives.
Mine is obvious, so I'll go first. What do these guys think? I met the mother of my children on the show. And a couple of my best friends.
would say it is, yeah, there's been a lot of relationships that have been born out of this, from the show. There's a list of things I could give you. I'd say one is offered me the opportunity to live where I want and to raise a family where I want. So that's a big change for me.
I think having families has been a big change in all of our lives, and that's transpired since we started the show.
That wasn't because of the show.
That wasn't because of the show in your case.
You don't know that. The only reason my wife has sex with me is because I'm on the show.
That's really the only reason that all of our wives have sex with me.
I know that to be true. It's in your prenuptials. I must remain on a TV show with Jensen and Misha.
And an occasional stage talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, I'm older than Misha, so I feel okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, you don't look it. If I saw you two next to each other.
Oh.
You can't even see her.
You see a black shadow.
I can see him. I can see half of the equation, so it's okay.
I'm from Amsterdam, but I'll translate that for you. I'm from Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, red light district, stop trains.
This is where I'm
Van
going.
Gogh Museum.
So in Blackpool, I asked Misha this question. He may answer it again if he wants to, but he had a good answer. If any of you would write an episode for the boys, the three of you, the Team Free Will, let's put it that way, to go to Amsterdam on a hunt, what would happen?
You know what? I'm going to answer this honestly. I think we've done it before, and I'd like to do it again. I'd like to maybe go to the Anne Frank house and dig up the ghosts of some Nazis and kill them.
Can I say yes to that because I'm from Jewish descent? Thank you.
Yes, you can say.
I killed Hitler.
You're going to stop saying that eventually.
There's a little fun fact.
There's not a lot of people that can get up on stage and say that with confidence. It must feel good.
I can tell you what would happen. I think three of us would go there, and we would all get distracted. Dean would get lost in the red light district. Cass would be stoned into Jesus in the cafe. And Sam would be lost on an architectural tour.
That is the correct answer.
I'd be riding my bike around the canals.
It's one of these bikes.
From changing channels. The tandem. And find someone asking for a tour. Thank you for your question. What did Misha answer in Blackpool?
So the Winchesters would go off and fight the monster, and then they would go.
Oh, how original, Misha.
They would do that by going through all the canals, which is actually not possible, but yay.
More of a wrong answer.
And then once they got the monster, they would go, hey, where's Castiel? And they would find him in the red light district behind the window, trying to convert.
The ladies.
That's a terrible answer.
I'm sorry, Misha. I thought you were going to win this one.
He never does.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. The audience did.
Did we know? Good afternoon. I won't say hi.
It is good afternoon.
Sorry, give me a second. I've completely lost my brain now.
It's right here. Wrong question.
Wrong question.
So, I go to a lot of Comic Cons. I've met a lot of big actors and...
Are you with this guy over here? Yeah, you like it.
Are you the wife? Are you the royalty? The princess?
The princess?
You like that?
I'm a princess in real life, actually. I was a princess.
Really?
Yeah.
What princess?
How do you get a job as a princess?
You own a lot of princess dresses. I've got 10 at the moment and still growing.
He does too. Might actually be true. Because I'm PJ.
I got more than that.
But I want to know who you would love to meet and possibly pay an autograph. Pay someone for an autograph.
First, let me ask you, who is the biggest person you've met?
I met Carrie Fisher.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. That must have been a blessing. I never met her in person, but I've heard nothing but, and you hear a lot of things in this business, even as non-Star Wars movie stars like the three of us are. You hear about people, big and small, and never heard anything but glowing remarks, and she rest in peace.
She's more eccentric than Misha, so...
Very cool.
I'd also go on a limb and say that, averaging it out, we might be the biggest stars you've met.
I was actually going to say, is I have paid for an autograph, and I have met one of the biggest stars. His name was Richard Kyle, who played Jaws and some of the James Bond movies. So, 7'1", 7'2", he's good. I still have his autograph book. Very proud.
Robert Plant.
I had a question similar to this. This is me just talking about old questions.
Right. Listen, you're going down fast. And I obviously make it again. Today.
So my answer to this question is Bob Garfield, who is an NPR personality, and I actually answered a similar question on stage a couple months ago, which resulted in him calling me on the phone a couple days later because Twitter blew up, and he was like, who are these crazy internet stalkers? I'm worried for your safety and mine, and I needed to call you. And it was actually super, super cool.
So you have his phone number in your phone, so that would be, I see what you did there.
Yeah, double wrong answer.
You don't have to answer.
It was double negative, so you kind of technically got it right. You know?
Yes!
Thank you.
Hi, I've been watching you since I was 2 years old.
What did you say? And now you can speak?
No, I think that's one of the doctors that raised her hand.
Wait, how old are you now?
16.
You came here to
You feel bad.
Well, welcome. Have we met before?
I took a photo with you guys yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And then
I love the mineral credit.
And then I also dropped the CD that Jensen was signing for me yesterday, so I broke that.
Did it break?
No, it was okay, but it was really embarrassing.
But I remember you.
You're not going to sign that to grab CDs and
you again. You've been watching this since we were 2.
So my question is because
how many? Sorry. So you've been watching Supernatural since you were 2 years old.
Yes.
How many people have you killed?
You see The Professional?
What was it a CD of?
It was the Essential Kansas.
That's amazing. Okay, I didn't realize this. Yeah.
So my question was because like you're a pretty good group of friends. I was wondering if one of you is the mother hen that like stops the other one from getting in trouble. Because I know that.
No. The problem is we don't have one.
We need that in the group.
Yeah.
I volunteer.
Are you familiar with the
just see the 16-year-old going, boys. Let's bring it in.
There's a phrase when they say the inmates are running the asylum. I think it kind of aptly describes the 3 of us. It's like no one's watching us. What's wrong with people? No, I don't think there's a mother hen.
I suppose that explains why you get in trouble a lot.
Yeah.
This overall has been great for our egos. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. So last year I got into a school for acting, and I'm just kind of realising how how much hard work it is and how tough it really is now. So I just wondered what your best tips are and what kept you motivated when you're like looking for work in like the early stages.
I thought you said you're looking for work in the alley.
In the early stages.
You know, when you're looking for work in the alley.
Yes, I know. I would say this. My opinion is if you figure out why you want to act, if you find joy in the process, like I sort of rediscovered literally in the last week after it's a slog going through 9 months of filming, and sometimes you want to do anything but play somebody else. You want to do anything but put on somebody else's clothing and get your hair and makeup done and say somebody else's words. You just want to be yourself and remember who you are. But I get on set and, you know, we rehearse it and then they light it and they call action and I'm free. And we've all done pretty well. We've worked for many, many years and, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I can walk away and I've been very blessed. I can walk away and not need to look for another job, you know, but I still just really, really find a freedom of expression and a source of creativity that I get to explore in what I do. And so that's why I do it. So even though we're not A-listers, I'm teasing you, but even though I know I'm not an A-lister, I can't like green light a movie. I know y'all love me, I know that. Well, I appreciate it. I was gonna say that. I know that y'all love me and I love y'all back legitimately, but I don't care if I never win an Oscar. You know, I don't care if I'm never on a Times Square billboard. That's not what brings me joy. That's not what motivates me. So just try to make sure you're motivated by the love of the craft and the process and learning from characters you get to play and learning from people you get to work with and work for and who might one day work for you. And I guess that's what motivates me. Because even every audition is a job. That is your job. It's not a missed opportunity. Even if you go to an audition, meet the casting director and don't get a call back, that still was you just played a character. So don't sell yourself short if you don't get the role. I mean, I'm considered a successful actor, and there are 1,000 auditions I didn't get the part for. But every one was a role I played. Every one was a different facet that I got to explore myself. I got to amplify, even though it might not be something I naturally like to manifest. So try and focus on the craft would be my best. Okay.
What kind of acting are you interested in? Like stage,
like
on
film,
camera?
on camera.
So film and television.
Yeah.
Two things. I would say, one, learn as much about the technical aspect of filmmaking as you can. That will only serve you better as an actor. And two, when you are auditioning, like Jared said, view that as your final performance. And then if you get asked to do it again, then that's an encore. But deliver everything the way you want to deliver it in that room. Walk away and be like, okay, what's next? And then if they come calling, then oh great, that worked. So that's what helped me, because you're looking at three people who are working actors, which is a rare thing. And we have been denied far more than we have been hired. And that rejection can be tough. So you have to find a way to deal with it. And I dealt with it as just viewing every audition as a final performance. So when I left, I was like, okay, moving on to the next one. And that just helped me mentally kind of continue doing it. It's a game of numbers. The more you do it, the better chance you have.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
That's alright. We love you a lot. Don't be nervous. You're surrounded by family.
My name is Kylie.
Hi, Kylie.
Hi. I was wondering, for Jensen and Jared, what was your favorite color flannel that you've worn?
What was my favorite color flannel that I've worn?
And then for Misha, what
do you think about Jensen's flannel?
And then for Misha, what was your favorite kind of thing you've worn as Castiel? What variation of your trench coat?
I'm not going to answer your question, but I will talk about clothing. I know, wrong. So Jensen, don't actually take the laces off. Don't tell me that. So Jensen's like, look, man, I wore this shirt at a couple of conventions, and I took a ton of photos in this shirt. I can't wear it again. You want it? And I was like, oh yeah, sweet. So I took more than one article of Jensen's clothing in this sort of hand-me-down transaction, which then resulted in me wearing the same clothes the exact same clothes that Jensen had worn at conventions.
The same article of clothing.
The same article of clothing in photo ops with fans who are then like, oh, that's cool. Jensen and Misha are trading clothes.
You guys just remember this.
Hey, do you mind if I borrow that?
You'll see it again. Not on me.
And literally, Jensen was like trying to save face in front of fans, and then I wore the clothes, which had the opposite effect. And it was flannel, so it sort of tied in.
I would like, if somebody out there has noticed this before and can locate pictures, I would love to do one of those like smut magazines, Who Wore It Better compilations. So, I was like, yes! Yes! Banks versus Kylie Minogue or something. They both were the same Valentino.
Just a full meme. Yeah. Just who wore it better.
Several. I need to see several Who Wore It Better memes, I suppose you can call it. And I will repost that. I will repost that.
I will say that whole situation was born out of the fact that I forget what city we were in, but I was taking a picture and I had a shirt on. And this as you do. And this lovely young lady comes up and she says, you wore the same shirt last year. And I was mortified. And from that moment, I was like, I will never wear the same shirt at a convention. And so all of a sudden, in my closet, I'm like, worn it. Shit. So then give these to Misha. I got some clothes for you, pal. Another time.
Share with the class.
You know, it's not like, hey.
I don't know if I do.
Where were we?
We were at home. We were at Seattle or something.
And did you just not pack enough? Got it.
Another time.
Sure you can figure it out.
Speaking of hand-me-downs.
Look, I care. I want to make sure my boys are covered.
Yeah.
Is that a euphemism?
They say some people give you the shirt off their back. Well, some will give you the
off their guns.
My favorite flannel that Sam wears is red. Red. I do. I feel like Sam has a connection with his red flannel. I don't know if it's also because my marks are red and maybe red fits him. Maybe Jared has a funny relationship with red because it makes up 60% of my name.
How long have you been saving that?
There's I don't know. There's a lot of plaid in Dean's closet. There's a black and gray one that I'm fond of right now. Yeah.
Wrong answer. Blue.
I mean, it's really come to this now, hasn't it?
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
It really found a new low.
Kylie, thank you for your question.
Your eyes are streaming tears right now. And literally, I think we just said, maybe it was 15, 20 seconds ago, we said we were scraping the bottom of the barrel.
We just
found, yeah.
That's an insult to barrels.
This is awful. Don't don't sleep tonight. I know where you live.
By the way, you saying you're going to screw with us is like saying, and the sun rose. I mean, it's your
Yeah, this coming from the guy who literally, I was in the bathroom a moment ago before walking on stage, and talking to Rich as he's washing his hands, and I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you out there. And he just goes, you know, I have to do this, and I know, and I know you understand.
Yeah.
Click. And I'm like,
Lights
lights off.
And?
Literally, I just went.
What do you need to
Right.
see?
By the way, when
You were right. You had to do it.
I know, my hands are tied. When you tell that story about being in the bathroom with the lights off with the belt dangling between your legs,
No, that was on purpose.
it creates a visual that.
So, excuse me while I
Sorry, did we ruin last question with you guys stripping and slamming booze?
So our friends from UK, all of Europe, and the surrounding
UK, but the other ones.
I'm sorry, I've never gotten dressed on stage before. So.
I'm sweating profusely.
I just got asked.
That was awful.
You have a question, bro? This is Sarah. Sarah, say hi to your extended supernatural family.
Welcome, Sarah.
What is your question? So this is our one. We get you up here and make sure you have the best question of the day. So perfect. It's not the best, but it's going to be even better.
Before I think Jensen said, when it comes to the end of supernatural.
That was the most genuine. So sorry. When it comes to supernatural.
When it comes to Jensen said it like something to God in place of glory, and now we're nearly on to season 14. I just wondered if that changed, and also Misha, how you wanted the cast to finish.
That's actually a great couple of questions. You're saying it was bad. You're awesome. That's a good question.
Plagiarized. Yeah.
Well, Sarah has a great sense of humor and is humoring us assholes. I also agree that we should go out and play some more. I know. I'm still smelling the smell of Icing.
Liquor we just inhaled.
What's that? It's awful. I didn't do it.
That's why it's.
That's why it's happening. So I hope it's not season 14.
I think, and actually, I think Jared was the first one to say Blaze of Glory. I think you kind of continue to stick to that.
Stand by
that ending. I've had several different variations of how I think the show could wrap itself up, and they've kind of evolved over the years. And I don't know that I have a solid one like, you know, he's 60. Mine does continue to evolve. So I'm still on the roller coaster. I don't know how it's going to end.
Whatever you do. I mean, none of us know how it's going to end, but I think that we all think about it from time to time. I think that Castiel somehow ends up sacrificing himself somewhere right before the real end of the show. But Jensen shared with us a dream that he had had about the end of the show, that we had this rare moment of actually being earnest in talking about the show. And you shared a dream that you had about the end of the show, which made, I think, both of us tear up because we have such connections with the characters. Would you like to share that?
I think I've shared that with a few of you before. But, you know, the long and short of it is, I had this dream, and I remember it vividly. You know, you have those dreams, and they leave an imprint in your memory. You see the colors, and you see everything, and you know the faces and the voices. And this was, it was just this expansive piece of land and mountains, like think, you know, a big open field with mountains in the distance, and there's just a hayfield kind of a thing, and 2 roads, a crossroads, if you will. Very classic. Nothing, no buildings, no nothing, just farmland. And the Impala is sitting in the intersection. Dean by himself, leaning up against the car, and in the distance comes this motorcycle, and comes up to the intersection, gets off. We never really see the rider, and it's kind of it kind of doesn't matter. But he takes his helmet off and exchanges keys with Dean. And the rider then gets into the Impala and drives off after Dean does a little walk around and kind of says goodbye to the car. And then watches the car disappear in the distance and looks over at the motorcycle, and it only has 1 seat. Because that's all he'll need. Yeah.
It's a really good ending.
I know, hey look, I can't control my dreams. I'd like to, there's a few I'd like to revisit.
Well, however the show ends, just remember to leave the door open for the feature film.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's bad news, Rich.
Before the Smirnoff really hits rough, it's time for us to do what we do when we're done doing what we've been doing. You have autographs, you have photographs, you have other things coming up, and we hope you enjoy them. But for the band and for myself, it's our last moment on stage. So join us, if you will, singing the anthem we sing at every con. If you don't know it, you're okay. You're about to. Bobo, take a step,